Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafting with Jeanine. Today I am going to show you how to make these loopy ribbon flowers. It's kind of what I call them. They're just a loopy flower. I love making these ones. These ones are my favorite ones to make. And these ones, along with other ones that I have shown you, you can make them as big as you want. This one I made a 3-layer, and the one I'm going to show you how to make is a 3-layer. You can make them 4 layers, 5 layers, 6 layers, however big you want this flower to be. You can make it that big. And I've got a 7-inch layer, a 6-inch layer, and a 5-inch layer. When I talk about the layers like that, that means that my strips are cut to 7 inches, 6 inches, and 5 inches. And for my 7-inch layer, I'm going to use 6 pieces of ribbon. For my 6-inch layer, I'm going to use 5 pieces of ribbon. And for my 5-inch layer, I'm going to use 4 pieces of ribbon. I will put all the measurements and all that in the description below. So if you missed it, don't worry. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do this. And I'm going to do it slightly different than I did this one. It's going to be really cute. So for this one, I have my little foam board and a needle, and I do these ones like this. This is how I have found it to be so much easier to keep it in place and to be able to keep everything attached. So I don't cut a long piece, it's a relatively short piece of thread. And I'm not going to knot my end. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to push it through here. Just almost till it almost goes all the way through. And then I'm going to set it on the table. And so I'm going to start, and I'm going to do my larger layer first. But I'm just going to start, and I'm going to fold them in half. And I'm just going to start putting them on my needle and arranging them in like a starburst or like a firework pattern, just to start, so that everything's evenly spaced out. So I'm just going to start putting them on. And I just go around like this in a circle until I've got them all on, and just going around trying to evenly space them. Doesn't have to be perfect when you're doing it, and you can space them once you get them all on there, but this is how I find it to be easiest. Last one. So now I got them all on there. I can maneuver them around like this and make them evenly spaced so that when I go to form my flower, everything's evenly spaced. Okay, so for this, I'm going to start with the first one that I put on down here at the bottom. And for this one, I'm going to take it and I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to have it look like this for this flower. And my strips got all moved around there. I'll get them back in place. So once again, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take it behind it, flip it down, around, and then on top. So this is what we're going for. I'm going to go down, pull it out, flip it over, and then over again. So we're like this. Around and over again. Around and over again. And all the way around the circle. So we're going to go. We're going to pull it. We're going to fold it like this. We're going to bring it this way. And then just like so. So you're kind of like, it's kind of like you're twisting it in a way. So we're just going around until we're done. Going around until we're done. And I bumped you, sorry. And then I'm going to pull it through till it's almost all the way through, but not quite all the way through. And then I'm just going to do some just up and down stitches. Because what I'm going for is just to secure all my layers. But there's really no way that you have to stitch them. Like, I just kind of go back and forth and up and down, just making sure that I get all my layers involved and that they're pretty secure together. So then I get to this point and I snip here and then I snip that off. And there you have it. There's one layer of the flower. So I need to thread my needle again. These pieces of thread that I'm using, like when I'm doing any other bow, whether it be a twisted boutique bow or spikes or something, and I've wrapped it around a few times, but when I'm done wrapping it, it's too short for me to do anything else with. I hold on to them because they're perfect for my flowers. It's kind of like I'm not wasting anything then. So I like to hold on to it, like I said, so I can do my flowers and I get the most out of my thread that way. Because I know some of you have probably run into that to where it's too short to make another bow with, but it's too long for you to say, I really don't want to throw this away, but so this is what I save them for. And once again, I'm just going around making my little starburst pattern here. And yes, mine is all white for this one because I'm actually going to make it into a snowman. It's actually going to be really cute. So here we go again. We got our little starburst pattern. And I'm just going to come, kind of like flip it like this, and then bring it around and on top of my needle. And I bumped you again. So I'm just going to do that again. And I'm going to do this process for all 3 of my layers. Taking them, flipping them around, and there we go. We got another one done. Once again, I'm just gonna pull it till it's almost through, and I'm just gonna stitch up and down. Up and down we go. And I don't really count how many stitches I do. I just go until I'm pretty comfortable with it. So then that's our next layer. One more piece of thread for the last layer. And then we can start assembling our snowman. If you see all the multiple holes in my little board here, is because if you continuously put your needle through the same hole, it's going to start to make it really wide and your needle won't stay up secure and tight. So I tend to poke it through in various different spots, and when my board gets really holy and it's not really holding my needle up anymore, I make another one. Once again, I'm doing the same thing with the last one. This is for making our little starburst pattern here. Just like that. And we're going to do it again. Flip over and around. So one more time. Flip it like this. And then you're bringing this up on top of the needle. And then we're flipping over and around. And boom. Just like that. And we got our last layer. Once again, I'm just going to pull my foam off the edge and run a few stitches. The smaller ones with the less layers, they are easier to get your needle through. Because you're sewing through less layers of ribbon. And there we go. Just snipping off my little long tails here. Put this off to the side. And now we can assemble our flower. Just like that. So I'm going to use my big glue gun here because I want to put a good amount of glue around. In the beginning I did some and I just put a little bit and the flower started to fall apart. So I found that if I put the glue around in a big blob like that and get the edges too and not just the middle, the flowers don't want to fall apart. And I kind of like to do mine like this to where it's like this to where you have your split, and since everything's kind of like a even number around, you should be able to get right in your centers. Once again, we're going to put another layer on. Just like that. Try to make sure my petals are in between. Just gives it a nice look that way. Okay, so from this point, you can finish this however you want to. If you want to put a bottle cap in the middle of it, you can put a bottle cap in the middle of it. If you want to put like a clay center or a little center, these are actually little ornament things that I got from Hobby Lobby last year that I just clipped off the ends of them because I thought they'd make perfect bow centers. You can put a bottle cap in the middle of them. You can put another different style of flower in the middle of them. There's no limit to how you can finish these off. This one, I'm going to turn it into a snowman. And so I have this snowman that I made. This out here is a military braid using 1/8 inch ribbon. And I just go through and make the military braid and then measure the circle, like get it as long as I think, and then measure it around so that it fits around the bottle cap like this. So that you really can't see too much of the bottle cap on the outside, you just see that. And then, of course, it's a snowman face. And then the hat, the top hat here this is 7/8 inch ribbon cut to a square. And then this is 3/8 inch ribbon, it's about 1.5 inches long here. And then that's just a piece of 1/4 inch thread that I used. And that one's just fit right across the top, so it basically hides the seam there is what I did. So here what I'm going to do, turn this into a snowman, is I'm just going to put my glue on the back of my bottle cap here. And then I'm just going to put him right in the middle, right there. And we have a snowman. I think it's super cute. I love doing these military braids around. I'll do them in the green and make it a wreath around it, and I think they're cute. And it changes it up from the norm, just bottle cap on there. Makes it just a little bit different. So there's that. And it's now a snowman. We'll go ahead and put a clippy on him. So I'm going to go ahead and line my clip. If you've watched other videos, you've seen how I do my clips, but this is basically how I do it. If this is your first one, put a thin line there, and then I come over the top. And then I pinch, and all this oozing stuff out the side, I just pull it off to the side, and just like that. Get everything on. And here, just another bit here. And once again, I like my clips to go in like this, so mine will all do that. And then I put a non-slip grip on all of my clippies. No matter what, they get a non-slip. And there. Let me just put that on. Let that dry. You don't want to let when you do it this way, the way that I do it, you don't want to let this go too fast, because then it'll stick, it'll glue, and then you ruined your clip, and you got to start all over again. So you don't want to do that. So I just take mine, and then I put a good amount of glue here. And I put it on. And I hold it on there for a few seconds just to get it to secure. And there we have it. It's our snowman clippy. Now, you can ask, but I do all my bows that way. And look, see, you can't pull my clips off. Like, I'm really pulling on it. And my clips don't ever come off. It probably has a whole lot to do with the type of glue. And I've shown before, but I'll show again, that you want crystal clear glue sticks. And I have 2 different sizes because I use 2 different size glue guns. But you want them to be crystal clear. You want no cloudiness at all. And I don't even think I have any cloudy ones. The cloudy ones, like, when you pick up the package, if you can look through here and see cloudiness in there, or you can even see through them, like in the package, you don't want to get them. I have found that the cloudy glue sticks are the ones that don't hold up. The glue will come undone, or they'll fall off, or everything else. I've seen that some have complained about their stuff falling apart and that, and it probably has everything to do with the glue sticks that you're using. Because I use these, and I use crystal clear ones, and I never have an issue. Never, 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 never. I can't even, if I mess one up, I can't even take the bow apart, because it holds that well. So, but there we have it. There's our little loopy flower with a snowman. And there's the other one that I did, just show you difference. I hope you guys liked the video, and you hit me with a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Tongue got twisted there. And I will put, in the description below, I will put the measurements for this, what I used, and a link to my Facebook page, Crafting with Jeanine, so you can come back and you can connect with me on Facebook and all of that. And you guys have a happy day crafting.